Hey folks, in today's video we're back with more high score Balatro. Here, after weeks of runs getting derailed by a variety of different factors, several necessary resources just kind of fell into my lap on this run, making for a smooth path to a potential naneinf. Enjoy the video. What if we take the delayed gratification, because that's a lot of money on white stake? And then maybe we'll see what's in here as well. Yeah, the odd Todd is pretty good. Is this enough? No. This probably is. Thank you for the money. Are we buying the voucher? It's kind of bad at this stage, but we need to clear vouchers, right?
Well met.
Cinema, they give the 16. Plus, it's always funny to go to anti-zero, even if only briefly. Alright. We are going to want to discard at some point.
Well met.
Grab that as well. The Bearded Horseman, they give it the 7. Roll it. Get the voucher on the way out. Hanging Chag kind of nice. This has probably the potential to be better. Let's roll, and then we want to check for Hermit in here. We'll just start cutting some cards. And we want to discard faces, play odds. We don't want to win here. We want to get one more face card that actually... There we go. Let's see if we can sneak this through. One more face? Nope. At least we get the purple value. I don't think I want to unlock flush 5.
Well met.
Doc Platypus, thank you for the 1 year. What's your ratio of playing or streaming to playing off stream? It really depends on how busy I am. So lately there have been a lot more. But that varies. Let's just get the overstock ASAP as possible. I know it's awkward early, where there's tension between these two, but I don't want to be in the faceless forever, first of all, and second of all, like, we're incentivized to play towards face cards more than we are random odd cards. But this is, it's very nice to see overstock at the beginning of the run for a change. Let's see if we can get maybe a few more face cards. Nope.
Well met.
Doesn't really matter. Toman and
Well
Big
met.
Sand Eater, thank you for the subs. Roll. We probably want to take a look in here. Wouldn't mind another purple. Definitely want to try and find some red. Alex, thank you for the 9. Wow. That's what I call value. see if we can get one more face card. Huge. Probably want that invisible. We really shouldn't keep the Odd Todd and the Scary Face together. But I'm going to.
Well met.
I do need to be more careful about the hand that we play here. Should be fine. Blank voucher early too? World's worst red seal? Let's take it just so that we have one. Nice. 8 ball. Yeah, we're probably getting out of this now as well because we need to play our face cards to score. What's your problem, man? Wait, we got another one. We're selling 8 ball immediately. I don't care if Zeno's here or not. Not a chance. We're keeping this around. Let's get some Pluto levels. Let's get some money. Red seal? Don't think we need a 6 or a 7. Oh, hi, Mark. And this is just better. Alright. But, like, this time for sure, right? It's actually a pretty good one. 13, it'll give me $2 extra, 15, or I could wait and it'll give me $5 extra. Interesting. Let's make a king of diamonds here. Oh, okay.
Well met.
Emad, thank you for the prime. 18 is less than 20. Need to buy the voucher. Prefer to find a better red seal. Reserve parking could be interesting. Probably not the hit we wanted, but I did need to, like, move out of the invisible. Wow. Thank you, hallucination. It's already done about as much as the 8 ball. I think the 8 ball is still probably correct with the hanging Chad. Do have a lot of diamonds. All right, Marcus. Here we go. Did you see that? Oh, we almost ran it right back too. I have never had a reserve parking be this good before. That was absurd. I don't know how good a Baron is this early, but I guess we take it. Why is he always lucky? Someone hasn't seen my recent runs. Don't really need that. At least he's not 500 euros away. It was nearly 1,000 last time. Thank you very much.
Well met.
Nearly 1,000. I believe it was like either 860 or 960. Okay. We do a little regressing to the mean. Something, something, streamer luck. Hashtag fun dad, thank you for the bits. My wife woke up this morning with a huge smile on her face. I love Sharpies. Right. We don't have room for... I mean, we could sell the Baron to get the...
Well met.
Value there. We definitely want the 6th Sense. I'm gonna get out of this for a bit. We do need the scoring from the scary faces still. Okay, well. Maybe we can do something like this for a bit. Alright, we're gonna do this.
Well met.
Huge immolate. Please don't die now. Chris, thank you for the 3. Alright, we need to get our base molt up, and then we can just focus on the photo, but we're definitely not there yet. Kithius, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, reserve parking did good to work, but the 6 dodged. Okay. We're getting somewhere here. Cola? Probably in place of the photograph for now. Here.
Well met.
Let's do this. Meta Knight, man, thank you for the 9. Drop this here.
Well met.
Little grim. I didn't need to sell that, actually. We do need some help with our scoring here soon, though. Photo was doing a bit more than I gave it credit for.
Well met.
Yes. I do think we need to roll. I don't want to just kind of die here. So we are quite weak still. Do have a lot of 6s left. But Spectrals has been one of the ways we've like bricked runs recently. Get above the interest. Maybe it should have been the scary face that went, not the photo. Surely there's a Pluto in here though. Nope. Okay, we might need the glass just as a precautionary measure. Don't land on the Baron. Cool. We hit. You can think about the Wraith.
Well met.
Hello? Monsieur. I give you the 6 months in advance. That helps. That doesn't. Alright, we can't get 6 cents value here. Here. Something like this, maybe. Oh, look. He's back. Immolate? No. Take the talisman. Trance isn't terrible, but not like the immediate need. Okay, that's kind of nice. Got our hand back. We only have 1 6 left. Let's start making more diamonds for the straight flushes. Don't want to do anything that would require the 6s, right? Because we're about to not have any 6s. Red seal? Ugh. Might lose another one due to the spectrals. I mean, we did get some decent deck thinning out of the Sixth Sense at least. Let's continue cutting the non-diamonds and start looking for a Seance now. Guess I'll take a peek. No, thank you. I think I'll pay $1 to continue blocking spectrals for at least the moment. Ouija is peak gambling. It's true. It's true. Because like gambling, even when you lose, you're actually, or even when you win, you're actually just losing. You don't realize it. Like gambling, there's simply no upside. I think we're copying the purple. $20 versus $20. I think I'll take $20. And I will take a hallucination. We probably don't need chips anymore. Let's just throw this out to try and hit our purples. Because our draw is kind of doo-doo here. This is going to win, so we might as well draw that. We have space. Played enough card games and gacha games to know the upside of gambling. You feel good? How long does that last? Gambling, notorious for making people feel good. No one fact check that.
Well met.
Good order for a change. Let's actually get money. Well, we could, yeah, we want money. There's still a death in my fool. think we sell that because we do care about the stars quite a bit. Not because of the greedy joker, that's meaningless. But because of the seance potential. Cool. Arnav, thank you for the super chat. Congrats on C++. Okay, red seal. Woof. There's the seance. Okay, we want to go 7 through Jack. Because we don't have any queen of diamonds at the moment. I lied.
Well met.
Unfortunately, no blueprint to copy at this time. Did I click the wrong... Did I forget a 10? You forgot a 10? Unlucky. The Edie's ice cream guy is super disappointed in me. That was probably the Ecto or Deja Vu, too. Well, okay. Maybe it won't be Spectral cards that are limiting this time. Temperance. Okay, turns out you need a 10. So let's keep that in mind. I also don't want to die chasing this. So we need to cut away at more of our deck, maybe? Or make more of the good cards? Or get some hand size in place of the reserve parking for the time being. Or just get a blueprint and rely entirely on the Baron for our scoring. Check the C2 as both. Unlucky. Can't believe I would miss out on so much value from one misplay. Well, okay, now we just need an Ecto, so that's good news. That would be great with the reserve parking, but the reserve parking is next on the chopping block, so. Cool. Okay, let's ditch the medium. We don't actually care about the straight flush levels, right? Let's see if we can get a death first, but a strength. Yeah, we want the strength on these. I want to keep the queen of diamonds still. And then maybe this here? No, this here. Could also strengthen... How many 10s do we have? Too many? Strength here. That's pretty good. Probably neither of those. Might be a little too greedy trying to chase a straight flush here. Okay, we can't hit, so there's no point in trying. Is the greedy Joker ectoed? Yep. That seems like a play I would make. You would know if the greedy Joker was ectoed because I would have restarted the run. Because that would be an actual consequential misplay. Overstock plus? I mean, that's probably better than the reserve parking. Or diamonds. We should be able to do a royal flush now. Maybe we just try and break this. Another purple when we're already wanting to discard fives. Death for the red seal. Gotta take it here.
Well met.
Okay, we hit. And this might win. Claudia, thank you for the prime. Unk. Probably not it. That's pretty big, though. Early antimatter. Alright, let's just not lose here. Could be fine. The 8-ball is back. We have 1, 2 8s. How many Pluto levels? Oh, that's more than enough. What am I doing? Luchador. Another voucher skip, so we probably need to roll a little more aggressively here to try and find some cola. Okay, we hit. Give me the ecto. Not quite.
Well met.
Holy. Bye-bye. Thank you for the 20 gifted subs. Appreciate that. Sure. Maybe I should have ditched the stars card there, but ice cream's so good. Okay, this is also very good. Alright, I don't think we're going to find any more cola here, unfortunately, but we will take the skip. That was the queen. Maybe I should have just gone for it. Like, the Seance is gonna get me killed. Jess, thank you for the bits. Do you think Yorick works in Baron runs? I mean, it depends on what you mean by works. It's not good or optimal, but, like, it can be useful for bridging your scoring gap in some cases. You don't need Pluto. We do need money, though. Nana. Like, there's an awkward tension between needing the kings for scoring and needing to discard them to hit the straight flush. We just need, like, hand size, I think is maybe, or just cutting more cards will do it. I think we do have to keep the red seal, and maybe that will help relieve some of the tension at least. Just need a 10 and an ace. That's not going to happen, is it? Let's go ahead and stars this. Okay, we're actually quite weak. Until we get the mine, we may have to just, like, not use the Seance. Let's put it on glass. Already have a red seal? I don't even know why I looked in that. It's just a waste of money.
Well met.
Old. Could miss out on some purple seal value here. Just trying to find the jack. Excellent. That's not the straight flush again. There's a chance this could kill me, but I do think I have quite a bit of my red seals remaining, so... I mean, that's good, but we're past the point where that's the thing that we need. Well, maybe it is something that we need because we need more red seals for scoring. Technocrat. Thank you for the 3 months. Okay. Gotta roll down here. And probably can't mess around with the Seance any longer. Can mess around with the Seance a little bit longer. Need to stop buying this.
Well met.
Fire Kid, thank you for the prime. Or queens. Still couldn't quite hit. Strength could be beneficial for making the straight flush and making more kings. Do this. It's the window. Here, 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 here. Bummer. Here. Here. Okay, we probably do need to make an idle pivot. Which, again, means the Seance is probably just not going to happen. Take a 50-50 on that and kill our econ. I think because we got Omen Globe so early, maybe we can Get out of that.
Well met.
Okay. Got enough purple. Huge. Let's do one of these. Then one of these. Alright, let's maybe focus on scoring for a moment. Jack of diamonds. We have 2 of those. We don't have great pair levels. I really needed that to hit king of diamonds. That's unfortunate timing with the invisible. And the boss blind. Do we just tank the boss? I think we're just tanking it with the DNA. That helps ease the pain quite a bit. Well, it's no longer a 50-50, so that's a bummer. Invisible was giga bait trash as usual. But I guess we're probably happy the build is set up here. I think we can probably get away with... What's this draw? We might be able to get away with a pair now, though. $25 is better than a 50% chance. We're gonna need someone to check the math on that. I believe it because Kai said it, but like... I don't know. That doesn't sound correct to me. Got enough Red Seal Kings where if this misses, we just try again with a high card. It's true, glass breaks more often than bloodstone hits. It's true. In the mind of many chatters, I'm sure. Wait a minute. Is this maybe the perfect circumstance in the world? First of all, this hits the brainstorm every time, obviously. This guy, man. Do we even want the DNA right now? Wait, that one's pretty good. Three of clubs. go back for it once our deck's fixed. Oops. Oh my god, never mind. This is a horrible Joker. I hate it. I hate every part of it. You're dead to me. Oh god. The things I do for $1, I guess. Oh. Streamer misplayed the Ecto again. Alright, we only have one Jack. There it is. Wait a minute. No way I'm making another ace, am I? You have another 10. Send it. I cannot have yet another day of the Spectrals just being outrageously unlucky again, man. That will not be good for the psyche. If I use the DNA, I win the round and then cannot get Seance value. Seance value is more important than DNA value right now. I don't think I want to thicken the deck either, so that I can consistently make the straight flush. Oh my god, dude. Not like this again. Yeah, we need that. Okay, now I'm actually begging the game to give me another invisible Joker just so that I have a reason to sell this astronomer, man. I've never wanted an invisible Joker on these runs. Now I do. Lost money there. Just in time. Just wait for the Seance to hit incantation. Pretty sure it already has. Pretty sure that's what it was doing every attempt last week. It was just cycling between familiar and incantation. So I don't need to imagine, I've lived that life. I mean, immolate kind of nice. We just need to find the right combination of cards. We're also just like running out of score.
Well met.
Emilio, thank you for the 8. I think it's possible the most important thing in this run right now is getting one singular ecto. So let's take the bean to make that easier.
Well met.
Okay.
Well met.
Huge. Gregory, they give you the 5, and TM, they give you the 3.
Well met.
And Lucy, they give you the 15. Come on, Ecto. You deserve it. Uh-oh. Right, it's just because I have a big hand. Ecto. Alright, we're in this. Get this out of my sight. We need to Showman now. And finish cleaning up the deck. There's the Showman. That's good too. That's also good. That's very good. I can only pick one here. It's definitely the scary face though, right? For the money. We'd have to sell the Showman to get the invisible, and Showman's like significantly better than the not this one, but like most Showmen are significantly better than the invisible. Bro took it personally. Showman stack. Yep, when you have two Showmans, not only can Joker, Tarot, Planet, and Spectral cards appear multiple times, but Joker, Planet, Tarot, and Spectral cards can appear multiple times. It's actually crazy. Wait, does this accidentally win? No, 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 3 of a kind, of course not. I'm going to let this bad boy rip, though. Actually, play this first. Bye-bye, thank you for the bits. A group of showmen is called a stack of showmen? Okay. I don't know. I wouldn't trust them around in my commander play group, though. King of diamonds again. We have 3, it's just 2. It's the queen and the jack. It can't be worth the clicks, man. Stop. I should take that in exchange for the Showman just to block. There they go. Just gonna go ahead and do this and get us out of here. Technocrat, thank you for the bit or super chat. Appreciate that. Alright, E18, we kind of want the DNA back as well. We need hand size to offset the ecto. Giga Chad. Second idol does not really work with what we're trying to progress towards. Oh my god. And this one might matter. But, like, we don't have that much longer for the scoring to be good enough, right? No matter which route we go. Just because we don't have the DNA for hand size manipulation. And we don't have that many red seals. But we're only like E18 right now, right? Ooh, almost died. E20. So we got a singular king in hand. So we're fine through here. Reroll voucher is nice. I guess we might as well use that. Okay, death is probably more important, or most important maybe. Second mime could be the move. Just because our scoring is a little sketchy at the moment. We do it instead of the saw. No, it would be instead of the idol. And then we just start doing the Baron as our hit score right now. Could also get out of this for the reserved parking. Means we want to get out of this for the hand size. It's a little sketchy because we only have a 15 card deck. I guess I could add cards the hard way. Here. 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 Let me play this. The mime. Yeah, that's why we need the DNA. Vouchers are actually fine. The only thing remaining right now is jonklers, it looks like. I don't think I can use the discards that aggressively until we get scoring better under control. We're going infinite? Never mind. Second Troubadour? It's kind of a lot of money. But we don't need it yet, right? We just need the DNA. Rusty. We're only one voucher away? Probably not even one voucher? We're just fine on vouchers? Still a common joker, though. And it's back. Throw it on the pile. Okay. Got our taros. Let's call it good enough. Here. Does not even showing make the odds of DNA showing up lower? Yep. But it makes the odds of Brainstorm showing up at all infinitely better. No, copy jokers can't hit hand-sized jokers. Because that's a passive ability, not an active one like the burglar. Throw it on the pile. If we get a DNA, we're gonna want to start cutting the,
Well met.
It's like an anti too early. E-Shake, thank you for the 14. But we're gonna want to start cutting the non-red seals once we get a DNA back. Which we're looking for anyway. Idol is returned, but is no longer a viable option here. Bummer. Wow. Okay then. Streamer is cheating. I mean, if I were cheating, I would probably install the cheat that makes it so that the jokers that I need aren't constantly impossibly deep in the shops, but I don't know. The past few weeks, that has in fact been the case instead. We take a negative skip from somewhere. Who do you think you're talking to? A chatter? This is just a consequence of, like, an obscene number of rerolls, as usual. This is actually an indication of very bad luck, in fact. The more natural negatives you see in one of these runs, the worse luck I've been having. Sure. Egg. It'll only be +3 by then. Actually, maybe I should have sold the reserve parking for it. Well, we're selling it for that instead. That's nice. This is now next to go. Could take a burglar in place of the mime as well, if we really wanted to go hard on the bean bug. But like we have a 16 card deck right now, you know? Rhythm, thank you for the membership. So welcome, Murphy. Cool. I mean, these are pretty decent skips, but we make a lot of money in round.
Well met.
Oven Mitt, thank you for the gifted sub. Be like 2 more kings is more money over time? Yeah, but like if we get a burglar, we have more chances at the bean bug. So seeing a shop gives us a chance to get more hand size long term, right? Because we can sell this for the burglar and be in a better spot. Yeah, and we could also just get a new bean in the shop. So there's like, we could get a second bean in the shop. We could get a troubadour in the shop to increase our chances. Seeing shops is valuable is what I'm getting at here. Told you. Like, can we just listen to streamer every once in a while, maybe? Or at least trust streamer every once in a while?
Well met.
Bootfin, they give you the 2. I would really, like, the best case scenario is that we find 3rd brainstorm so that we can sell the Showman. I also haven't really been paying attention for burglar, which I should be. Need 1 more death. Bye-bye, thank you to the bits. This is called legume maxing, I would assume. I think that's what the kids say. Yeah, there's another big incentive here is we do get to ditch the astronomer, which is nice. Okay, this is the bean that's going to be worse, so we sell this one if a 3rd shows up. We just have to be careful and make sure that we have a Baron available at some point. We might want to bring some steel into the mix as well. You get 3 beans, you sell Showman? Nah, I need the Showman for the brainstorm.
Well met.
Alright, I mean, we gotta do right by the astronomer while it's the last shop, I guess. Anonymous, thank you for that gifted sub to Jacking Queen. Is that when you, like, use a strength on a queen? Or a jack, rather? Okay, my Showman's broken. So Burglar, Bean, and Brainstorm. The 3 Bs of Balatro.
Well met.
At least this is the last time we have to deal with this, right? I don't think we need skips anymore. Oh, we tried. Wait a minute. I guess I can roll a little bit more since we're selling these anyway. Bummer. Do I sell the Showman? I don't think so. I think it's too valuable. I had a momentary panic where I couldn't find the mime. He was hiding. No way this fails, does it? This means we just have to go this next turn no matter what. So this is my last chance. Okay. I was on the worst bean, but it's +3 hand size at least. That offsets the lack of DNA for a bit. So, definitely not upset about it. And our bean didn't deteriorate after that. Alright, not a voucher we want. Just need to finish the jokers. Probably should grab this. Everything but one is a red seal anyway. Oh, now you show up. Okay, you're gone. Now we need to find the DNA and the blueprint. Okay. Now we need to find the DNA. But also not urgently because we got the bean bug. We can take this. We should make some steel, just so that we don't bury it. Could this reach Anti 39? We'd have to do the bean bug at least a couple more times on Anti 24, so pretty unlikely. Bury it, 18 card deck. We're gonna get DNA. We need to get DNA soon. And I just wanted to clear the Terras anyway. Yeah, Anti-24 Beanbug is nightmarish. So, it's unlikely that we're getting to Anti-39 with this, but that's fine. You think the Beanbug is ever going to get patched? I would imagine so. I mean, it's very clearly not intended behavior, right? The Nan is one piece away. Technically two, right? We need DNA, and then we need to hoard enough money to find Burglar. So it's definitely not guaranteed, but it is pretty likely at this point. I think if the Mime Gold Guard bug is going to be patched, the Bean bug might as well. Yeah, I would expect so too. And then I would... Shiko also has an unintended interaction, but that one I think would just... Maybe a wording change on the Joker would be... Just simply say, reverse the effect of the boss blind, and then you get kind of a cool interaction. And you don't have to, like, go through the nightmarish act of fixing whatever it is. Yeah. I mean, it's not unreasonable to expect, considering we have so many of the necessary vouchers already. We could do that and consider a second. No, I need the DNA too badly. It's worse for our money, but better for my sanity. Like, it's 1 DNA. How deep could it be, right? Man who recently rolled nearly 1,000 times for a Baron. Oh my god, we've done it. I don't think it wins, but let's be prepared just in case. Oh, right.
Well met.
Pilu, they give you the 6. Alright, we are now in an extraordinarily good spot to make this happen. We just don't need to throw it away unnecessarily by taking silly risks. And we just need to accumulate wealth. The only real voucher that we're missing is second hand size, but we offset that with the bean bug. All of the critical vouchers are here. I mean, I guess reroll glut would be nice, but also we have that, so never mind. Craving net negative rebate. You know, it would be, like, I don't think money will be a problem. We've got plenty of antes to get there. It is nice that, after how atrocious some of the luck has been recently, that we kind of just got this one served up to us. Like, I can't remember the last time Jesus, I saw an ecto. Despite, like, again, why am I rolling? Playing out of my mind, getting spectrals. Especially in that first run last week. I'm still tilted from the first run last week. That was the 860 or 960 rerolls to find Baron. I can't remember what the final tally was, but it was one of those two. It was 960? That's what I thought. We don't need another actor now. It would be more scoring, but it's like also more risk, right? because our limiting factor right now is not score, it's money. So if we take another ecto, that means to offset the ecto that we took, we have to find another showman and do another blueprint brainstorm, which costs us money. We're going to need that money once we get past Ante 24 to find the burglar, so it's like not a favorable risk to take necessarily. Genuinely, how are you so good at this? I got a single run into the ease of 30 hours of play. That's, I mean, 30 hours of play is like 1/100th of my playtime, so you have to consider that, right? Like, experience helps immensely. I think some weirdo wrote a book about it that was like vaguely racist in some points. The ethnic theory of plane crashes needs to be on more headlines? Yeah. We gotta stop inviting that guy onto podcasts or whatever. Maybe, hold on, raising your second point, Collie. Maybe he just wrote that title intentionally inflammatory to distract from the Google search of Malcolm Gladwell airplane showing up, returning returning hits regarding a much more problematic air travel. Could be. $10,000 hours of air travel. Oh man, I hope he didn't spend that much time on that particular plane, but okay, because the DNA came so late, we are gonna have to like add steel earlier than I want to. Probably as soon as next ante. Again, we could take it. I just don't think it's a good risk right here, given how my runs have gone lately. What if we cut down on the gold preemptively so that we can keep making it, so that we can keep making money without burying the steel as much? Genius. Yeah, now we're getting too many ectos. You have to roll for a burglar literally right before Serpent. That's when you start. You start on Ante 25, looking for the burglar. Because you need to, without the bean bug especially, you need the DNA in order to get yourself through the Ante 24 boss blind, which can't be the Serpent. E86, like this alone already gets us through Ante 24, right? So we could probably beat Ante 25 once we get steel without much concern. Because of that one bean bug hit that we got. Would it be more profitable to roll for Serpent each round? No. I think average Serpent roll is like $300, but it can go as high as like $700, so... Because we don't make quite that much money in round, it's just not positive return on the value. Whoops. All right, here's where we got to start making that steel. And just like that, we draw it. Also, I just don't really want or need to take the time to reroll the serpent. We're gonna see that enough as it is. You suit change so you can count cards in the deck easier, or is there another reason? That's the main reason, just so that you can, like, open it up and see what your distribution is, but there's some bosses, like, the Mark, where it's helpful to, like, be able to, for the DNA hand, without having, you don't have to reroll the Mark, so you save $10 by, just knowing that your steel is going to be to the left and your gold cards to the right, or vice versa. And the serpent pay back some of it itself, though. Okay, then reroll the serpent every time. I don't care what you do. Or you could go on vibes and be one steel short like I have. That is unfortunate. Boom. I think we're probably going to be fine on money. Like, we're already at 1900. Better to be short by vibes than accurate by resorting to filthy math? True. True. And you know it's the correct take. I didn't move the mime. You know it's the correct take because Doc Spectre did the exact same thing in an MLBA match against Belenos Bear. So, yeah. So what? It cost him the game and possibly the match. But he didn't sully himself by you know, doing the math like some kind of nerd. Doc slept well that night? I hope so. I mean, Doc's a nice guy. I kind of hope he sleeps nice, or he sleeps well every night, but... In Magic, the term is math is for blockers? Yeah, see, I'm aware of that, but, like, my... Especially in content creation, my history is in Hearthstone, where we don't... We're too dumb to even have blockers, so we just say math is for nerds. And by we, I mean me. I don't know what everybody else is doing. Probably out there being nerds or whatever. Ron's a big math guy here? Okay. Now that the video is out... I should post the DMs of me attempting to correct him and me being just wrong every single time and him being right like, and if we're being honest, the first 2 rounds of Jeopardy, Rarin was a bit of a spectator. But he's also the sole reason that we won, spoilers, was because of Rarin. So I think he ended up being the hard carry there. I like math, but only when it's for horse girls. Okay, found the Uma enjoyer. Just saving his power for when you all really needed it? Yeah, he was preserving his power level. I mean, we don't need it, but more time to make more money, I guess. Beautiful. Video was amazing. Bean's face was amazing. Is it anything like Bean's stare? Quite possibly the greatest emote I've ever made. Actually found Roffle surprisingly charismatic. Why do we have to add the surprisingly in there? What's that about? Mystery has joined the stream. I was aiming for a similar joke as usual, Kali, but I think you beat me to this one. I mean, the real final boss of that that Jeopardy was Yahya on like the buzzer. He was so quick on the draw. It was unreal. Like if Araran could have at least buzzed in quickly, we wouldn't have been in the spot where we needed like his desperation play at the end. But I don't even know if like every time the Jeopardy or the buzzer screen was some combination of Yahya 1, Bean 2, and me 3. The order would mix up every time. Roran did not buzz in. I think a single time. But again, all was forgiven by the final Jeopardy. Turns out Ryan was pushing the wrong button to buzz in. I mean, the other, Bean and Yahya were just too fast. Like, I just started buzzing in as soon as I got, like, a basic sense of the question. Because I knew that's what I had to do in order to, like... Most of the point loss wasn't because I didn't know the question. It was because they buzzed. I knew it, but they buzzed in faster. Did you choose to be with Ryan or was it assigned? Rose chose, but like the pairings made sense, right? Because we're standing strong face down. So this is another one where we don't have to reroll because of the steel distribution. Because like Bean's a very skilled and experienced Minecraft speedrunner, and I played Hearthstone. So the pairings made sense, right? On top of all of us, you know, playing Balatro. I was pretty impressed by Yahya's like knowledge of some pretty niche Balatro facts. Like,
Well met.
he did know some. There were some questions that he answered that I did not know the answer to, and he did. So, bro knows ball. Toasty and Tom, thank you for the subs. I didn't know Bean also speedran Minecraft. I think he did it as a bit when he was like in the in the Feinberg training arc. What do you think of the new Vampire Crawlers game and its heavy Balatro inspiration? Is there heavy Balatro inspiration? Chatters after they play their first ever card game in Balatro when they see another card game. Getting a lot of Balatro vibes on this one.
Well met.
Stay tuned, thank you for the 2. Are there even games like Balatro? There are now. What do you think about Blackjack and its Balatro-inspired vibe? Funny you should say that, because, like, I believe that Dungeons and Degenerate Gamblers was, like, developed around the, like, contemporaneously with Balatro, and they released about the same time, so it's like either inspired the other, but they ended up being very similar. Played a very early demo of Dungeons and Degenerate Gamblers. It was good. I think it's just it was actually like very good and very fun. It just had the unfortunate reality of Balatro being so unbelievable. You know? Keep playing poker, but I never get a flush 5. You gotta work on your deck fixing a little bit better then, it sounds like to me. Casinos hate this one weird trick. That, and you gotta check your tarot packs, and maybe even standard packs. Balatro should have been Game of the Year. I think it speaks to it that I can't remember what actually won. I think it was Astrobot or whatever. But, like, I don't know. I think it's impressive that a, like, solo dev indie project was even in the conversation, isn't it? I think we can just enjoy and appreciate that. Whoops. Did not want that there. Thermo, thank you for the prime. And where's Major League Astrobot? Well, what do you think the A stands for in MLBA? Wait, what does the B stand for then? Hold on. Oh no. Oh. You know what? You're right. I'm dumber than I thought. Which says a lot. Local Funk is from my same province and even based the card art for bus off our bus stop, so it's nice to see Balatro so big. Could have used that information going into Balatro Jeopardy, thank you very much. Casey, thank you for the super chat. Congrats on the naneinf. At least you still won it? No. No, Rarin still won it. We gotta get that right. Gel, thank you for the membership. To be fair, it's hard to compete with the Balatro knowledge of a man who literally just dressed as Jimbo for the Red Bull event, so I never had a chance in having more ball knowledge than Rarin. Got pretty decent money for Anti-21. I guess that's what the extra hand size does for you. On top of like improving your scoring, it's just a lot of extra gold cards that we wouldn't have. I like money? What are you, Mr. Krabs? No, that can't be right. Your name is Phytoplankton Music. You're role-playing as the wrong character. Unbelievable. Guess people don't believe in intellectual consistency anymore. What a sad state of affairs. To be fair, Plankton also loves money. I don't know about all that. I never watched Fairly Odd Parents or whatever. It's fairly even parents, is it? I'll need to check in with Steven on that one. That Plankton was from One Piece? No, that's not even real. Don't be silly. Nice. This may be... After weeks of just, like, moaning and complaining about how bad the run luck has been, this may be the luckiest naneinf run of my life. Past the hunt now, this is just waiting for a foregone conclusion? Not quite, because the burglar could be a problem. But we have so much money that it's... Like, this is usually enough money by the time you get to Anti-25. We're gonna have much more than that by the time we get there. Like, the... It's silly, but because of the extra hand size, there's a world where we might even just, like, not need the DNA and we can take the burglar early. It would take generationally horrendous luck. Do you mean, like, rolling 960 times to try and find one Baron? Because some of us have had that type of luck. Burglar's uncommon? Yes. But... because there's so many uncommons compared to even commons, but also specifically rares, the chances of an individual uncommon, I believe, are about the same as, like, looking for an individual rare. So. Yeah, we would need 2 or 3 beanbugs to get to Anti-32, or get through Anti-32. And then we would also need another Ecto and probably another scoring joker. So because we missed so many times, didn't find the burglar enough times, we're probably just not making it to past ante 32. You're going to Beanbug again on ante 24? I'm not gonna like go out of my way to do it, but because of the fact that like the DNA, because of the fact that we got it once, it becomes easier to get it additional times after that, right? Because you already have the extra hand size buffer, so I might, but I'm not gonna like aggressively reroll for it. And the real only reason that we do it is because we're looking to get out of the DNA after ante 24 anyway. So, if it presents itself, we will. We're not going to chase it, though. It's possible to naneinf with a baseball card. Yeah. Theoretically. It's impractical. You just have to do the, like, ecto onk, so it'd have to be on black stake or above, and then you ecto onk a bunch of times. It would be annoying. There's someone on YouTube, I'm drawing a blank on their name right now, that does videos of atypical naneinfs like that. I think almost all of them are set up through the Perkio Ecto Onk game plan. I think Doc did the naneinf. That doesn't surprise me either, but no, this person is a smaller creator that like they've done a Lucky Cat one I've seen. They've done Photo Chad specifically. So. There's a wide variety of, or why not, ways that you can reach naneinf in this game. There's just like one, maybe two consistent and or reliable. Chill Curse Chronicles, that's right. That's what I thought. But I didn't want to say the wrong name and look like a fool. I don't think they're the only one. I do think that there's another person that's done similar runs like that. That said, there's probably a lot of people that have just like random cool runs like that or cool endings like that. Alright. Just need a little bit more time before we begin The Hunt for Burglar by Peter Jackson. Why is that a movie that needs to be made, by the way? Can we stop it? Is it too late? What are we gonna do about this? Is wealth still a concern at this point? Yes, always. If you think you have enough money in Balatro, no you don't. You're wrong. You need more. Having more money. Part of the reason we've gotten such horrendous runs is that I haven't done a good enough job at getting my econ online. Econ is how you get luck in this game. You buy your luck just like IRL. But, like, just because, even in this case, we could probably safely say that with $5,000, on average, we easily find the burglar. But, like, not every seed, not every run is average, right? I think we've got too much steel at this point. Why'd I roll? Isn't Balatro basically gambling, if you're bad at it, yeah. Or if you're Peggy and the YouTube content detection system. Wasn't excited for the Elden Ring film until I saw Garland directing and it was made under A24 and beyond excited now. I mean, A24 does have a good track record, right? But they have released some things that didn't appeal to me. I'm... Just because of the track record of... Like, you're weighing the track record of A24 against the track record of video game adaptations, which have been getting better lately, at least. We'll see. I'm gonna watch it. Some of the leaks of, like, the aesthetics of it look really good. But, like, I don't care how good it looks if the story is bad, you know? 24 and Alex Garland both have hits. More hits than misses, but when they miss hard. Yeah. It's true. But hopefully this is a hit, because I like Elden Ring. A24 releases a lot, people remember the bangers? Yeah, but the bangers have banged, right? That's why people remember them. Guys, thank you for the membership. I love Bloodborne lore the best. Wish I had more of that game. I like the aesthetics of Bloodborne for sure, but just resign myself to the fact that it's like outside of the emulators, which I'm too lazy to do. Probably not going to get that. Sekiro's getting an anime adaptation? Well, so is Bloodborne, right? I think that was just announced recently. Will you ever get a Roffle anime? I mean, people keep telling me I look like Johnny Bravo, so maybe you already have it? What was that? The timing on that was absurd. That was, like, ringing in my ears. Ethan, thank you for the 1 year, though. And, Keiki, thank you for the membership. That's a lot of steel. All right, right. We'll do a few rolls to see if we get the bean. I forgot. You know what? Let's just see what our top end is for next ante. Have you ever played Yu-Gi-Oh? No, we talked earlier about how I don't do math. Definitely not playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I also don't want to read when I'm playing cards. That's also for nerds. I've watched Rarin play Yu-Gi-Oh! And get unbelievable hate from the community, so I was like, maybe I won't ever try this. So. Doesn't sound like a very inviting community from what I've heard. E108. We actually have 2 antes where we can see the full shops. That's pretty good. At least 2 antes even? I forgot to roll the shop. Oh well, guess we're not bean bugging. It's fine. Maybe I can get an early start to my weekend instead. Just do it off stream if it interests you. After playing collectible card games as long as I have, almost a decade of it being my job, it's not something that I'm itching to do. The only reason that I play, like, any collectible card game these days is to hang out with my friends. And so I'd rather just play Commander with them than, like, try and learn Yu-Gi-Oh, you know? Who's your commander? I have a few that are definitely actual cards from Wizards of the Coast and not printed elsewhere. But I've been playing a lot of the Kaiser Fallout Recon recently. That one's actually, like, that was a gift from my brother. But I have like a... Is it Markov? Oh. Wait, that's perfect timing? Edgar Markov, yeah. That's the one. That's when I'm like trying to... Or when I actually care about winning, which is becoming less and less the case now. Usually what I do is I go to my... when I'm playing with my friends, and one of my friends has a lot of decks that are more interesting than mine, so I just play one of his. The most recent one I did was it was a Beantown Bully, I think, where you just give your opponents a bunch of really bad minion or creatures, and then figure out a way to win with that. Bro lives up to his name. He really was a bully. Nope. I'm gonna get all steel in hand just so that we don't die. I also really... He has the coin flipping secret lair one. And as a former Hearthstone gamer, you know I appreciate that. Alright, we'll give it one more chance, maybe.
Well met.
Okay, after this one, we probably have to... I'm not gonna risk it. We're just done. Chronox, thank you for the 2. Yeah, this is enough. Probably couldn't have gotten it without the mime, so there's just... It was too... too risky to go Baron into Mime or Mime into Baron, and then we just die. So I couldn't take the gamble there. It's actively harmful for us. So we're looking for burglar, reserve parking. That does mean we need to start skipping immediately, but that's too much money to pass up on here. Times 20. It's actually not insignificant. No, we just need the burglar at this point. We also have multiple antes to find it. There he is. That was easy. I told you this one was a gift. That said, we can't get it right now, so... Get out of the way, buddy. Sir King of Old, thank you for the 9. Actually, even next ante we might win too quickly because of the bean bug, right? I don't know, or maybe because of the steel joker. So we play steel to get some money. What are you gonna do with all your hard-earned moolah? Store it in an overseas bank account so that it can accumulate more wealth without me having to pay taxes. Money should carry over between runs. Found the trust fund kid. Some of us build our own empires. Not by having a trust fund, but by working hard, finishing our degree, and getting a small loan of $1 million from our parents so that we can buy a duplex and rent it out. I'm sorry you just don't have the moxie to do it yourself. What factors made this run a gift versus the last few weeks? I generated significantly more Spectral cards the past few weeks and did not see a single Ecto. I had Omen Globe for about the same period of time and didn't see an Ecto in there. I rolled 960 times and saw the first Baron of the run. I rolled 750 times and found the first blueprint of the run. I got very few duds on the vouchers. Like, I don't have very many vouchers, right? Or at least I didn't by the time we were hoarding money. So, like, a lot of things were just kind of served up for me. Compared to, like, in previous runs, I was working harder and playing better, but did not get the same resources that took fewer attempts this time. Alright, we can just win from here, right? And then we won't even need all of our hands from the burglar. Also, like, even if we don't use the bean bug to get to ante 32 because we missed, we can't from here. The bean bug, and even if we didn't need the money, the bean bug made this number so big because we had so many more gold cards from the mime in hand that, like, we were in a much better spot to find the burglar. I don't think the burglar for me has ever been the limiting factor. I think it's usually the vouchers and the spectrals, but it can be if you if you take longer to set up the jokers, that means you have less money, or less time to hoard money, which means you have less money when you get to this point.
Well met.
Avo, thank you for the 2. So, I guess, in short, to answer your question, the difference between, in terms of what was gifted to me this run versus previous runs, everything. Everything except there's a brief period where we were struggling to find some jokers for a bit. Oh, roll that first. If we're not careful, we will win too quickly here. Depending on... like how the math lines up, we might win too quickly still. But if not this ante, the next ante for sure. Kind of funny that we left it on like a nice round 20x here. Last week round was very funny. How dare you? It caused me great emotional distress. My cortisol was spiking off the roof. Exactly 100 Steel Kings. Mods? They did math. Get them. You're laughing. My cortisol is spiking and you're laughing? How dare you? Is counting math? I'm genuinely curious. Depends on how old you are. That applies to both biological and mental age, though. So, in Twitch chat, yeah, probably. As a streamer, yeah, probably. In the real world, nah. But multiplication and division definitely is. What's the best way to get 5 hand size? Watch a lot of Turtle Bean videos and streams, and if you consume enough, it'll happen innately in your runs. Because you'll see the truth of how strong of a joker Turtle Bean is. Macaulay, you've got a sword, and also your math validated my complaints that I was getting really unlucky, so it's allowed. As a moderator and as somebody that is validating my belief, you get a pass and are able to do math. PK, thank you for the membership. I play the extra hands? You'll see. We need, what, like 44 in hand? But we shouldn't be able to... Like, it shouldn't matter... that we have the Beanbug and the Steel Joker. Well, the Steel Joker might be more limiting, because it's an extra 3 E's right now. But, like, the extra hand size only matters if we're, like, right around the breakpoint and slightly over. Why every person that I know says Chico's the worst legendary. A lot of people are... I say this in the middle of this very run. A lot of people are way too endless-brained. Chico is a tool, like every Joker in this game. And it can be a very important tool to solve problems that would otherwise kill a run. I take Chico over Baron in most gold stake runs. Oh yeah, well I mean, just most runs, right? Like, Baron works on a very specific setup. Or a very specific set of goals, right? What is the worst thing, Canio? There is no such thing. The worst one is the one that helps your build or your run the least in that moment. Like Canio and Yorick, the two that people always bring up as the actual worst legendary Joker in defending Chico, are like the two that you're probably the happiest to see if your goal is just to beat anti-8. So again, it depends on what your goal is. Like those are the most generally applicable of the legendary Jokers. Like unless you're doing something very specific, you're almost always going to get some benefit from those two. And they can absolutely just hard carry your anti-8 run by being the sole source of times mults. Doesn't Chico also have a hand size bug? Yes, but you shouldn't use that to evaluate Chico, because that is a very... Like that's just an unbelievably niche and rare situation to find yourself in. So, you shouldn't use that as a consideration for evaluating Chico. $91, we should be fine here. You winning before getting 44 cards in hand. Well, doesn't look like it. Weird time to ask that, though. M2 Slayer, thank you for the membership. Perkio for me is usually worth it for the long run, but only beat anti-8. I don't like Perkio. Yeah. In a lot of situations, Perkio is just like Cartomancer Plus. Right? Generating 1 tarot or 1 consumable per round is not going to do anything without like the acceleration from Blueprint Brainstorm. Even if you're going for the long run, it's not going to be enough. And without Observatory, it does nothing in the late game. Well, unless you get cryptids. So, again, there's a wide range or wide delta between what Perkio usually does and what people think it does in every run. Even if your goal is anti-age and you don't get Observatory Perkio copies, some really strong cards. Yep. No one said anything different than that. But like, there are other... It also, in some cases can limit your deck fixing, right? Because if you can only take one tarot card, you're not taking multiple tarot cards, which means you're slowing down your tarot generation that you bring into the round with you. There are more efficient ways to set up your deck than one singular Perkio with no blueprint brainstorm. DS, thank you for the 6 months. Like, if all you're getting is one tarot from a Perkio, that's not great value, unless maybe you have really good temperance hits. Then it's probably more money than you can get from other jokers in that slot, or more value than you can get from other jokers in that slot. It is not good independently. It is necessary that you have other tools in addition to Perkio for it to the run to take off. GG. Oh, right, we got a voucher skip in there.